Hi, Michael Gaffney. Today, I'm going to tell you about the most expensive wedding I've ever designed. About 7 years ago, a very famous decorator in Chicago handed me over a wedding. And it turns out their budget wound up at $162,000 for flowers alone. I'm going to tell you how I spent their money. First of all, it was on a private estate, a home, 11 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, so I'll give you an idea of the scope. Their centerpieces were $1,500 each. There was a tall glass vase with those rolled calla lilies that have those big collared white rolled calla lilies. They're very expensive. There were 3 dozen each one. They're $20 a piece. That was over $600 alone. And then we had squares at the base filled with mini callas. The girl loved callas. The swimming pool had $3,000 worth of gardenias floating in the pool. What else did we do? Oh, way pre-Miley Cyrus, I had giant balls of flowers hanging from chains down the runway where she came down the aisle. Because we didn't want flowers down low, we wanted them up high. And they were literally this big, hanging from the ceiling. We had a huppah in the front where she got married under. That was covered in about $8,000 worth of flowers, so keep totaling. We had a cocktail tent. I hung about 300 fishing lines and had giant purple Cattleya orchids at different heights. Tea lights, they're very beautiful. They provided those. So when you walked in the cocktail tent, looked up, it looked like 300 purple butterflies were flying in that direction. It was almost like an art installation. Everything about it was over the top. Interestingly enough, what I thought was really decadent is they had a guy come out, carpenters come out, and they had hills on their property. They built decks between the hills so their guests didn't have to do this every day. So it was a very memorable weekend. The finale was their tennis court. We tore down one wall of the tennis court and had guys on ladders sticking roses that were in water tubes through the chain link fence of the tennis court. Flowers like these in water tubes, big roses. So when you walked into there, that was the reception. When you walked into their reception hall, which was their tennis court, there was 15 feet of various shades of pink roses. Again, pre-Kardashian, she had the flower wall at her wedding. This is 7 years ago. So an entire room of 15 feet of roses woven through the chain link fence. I think that alone was like $70,000, $85,000 or more. So that's how you spend $160,000 on your wedding. It was spectacular. It was beautiful. It was like walking through a fairy tale garden. Every step you turn, there was more. I think flowers can be overdone, yes. I think you have to design it with still keeping the bride in mind. She is the star of the show. I don't want the flowers to overpower her. And that is the skill of a designer, a good designer. So whatever your budget is, a good designer should make you look good, make your dreams come true. In that case, it was mission accomplished. It took us 2 days to tear the thing down. So Michael Gaffney is telling you to check out my website, Flower School 101, Instagram, Michael Gaffney Flowers. I will see you in class. Keep blooming.